the car of the future is no small feat. Whatever their environmental benefit, we expect our cars to be reliable, practical, and safe. The car of the future also needs to store a lot of energy in a small space, and nothing does this better than petroleum, which comes from plants and tiny plankton, like these that were buried in mud millions of years ago. Over time, these ancient fossils were transformed into energy-rich molecules of hydrogen and carbon, or hydrocarbons, that are refined into gasoline.
And you're getting 100 miles a gallon. It doesn't seem like quite enough to justify the danger.
This is the kind of car you want to leave to your first wife.
How you doing?
Hi, guys.
Car companies have great hopes that hydrogen will someday replace carbon and power cars that are emissions-free.
So you fill up a tank. The tank must be in the back.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
One tank?
One tank.
Can we see it?
These companies have invested billions to produce small fleets of prototypes like this one.
Now, if you got a very narrow suitcase, you're in good shape.
You're in good shape, right?
But until more hydrogen cars are on the road, it'll be hard to find places to fill the tank.
But they're not going to start investing in making the fuel available unless they have a commitment from Ford and the other companies that they're going to...
Exactly.
Chicken and the egg kind of thing. I mean, you have to start building the cars and
you
then the fuel stations show up.
There.
You got to get the chickens out there.
So the chickens are first?
So
this is a time-honored question. You know, this is an age-old question. You're about to answer here.
This chicken and egg question has no clear answer. History shows that cars and gasoline evolved together over many, many years.
There's about 170,000 gas stations in the country now, so we have a very established infrastructure of internal combustion engine that everybody knows and loves in their vehicles today, and they go to the local gas station and they fill up their gas tank, and that's a system we know.
We have a fueling infrastructure of gasoline that was built over the course of many decades, and it has been paid off a long time ago, and it is delivering gasoline very cheaply. So to deliver an alternative fuel other than gasoline is no mean feat.
Changing an economy based on petroleum is an almost insurmountable task. But a small island nation is hoping to do just that. Iceland has 1,000 times fewer people in cars than the U.S. Still, rush hour in Reykjavik is no joke. In a country where gas costs almost $8 a gallon, Iceland's dream is to stop importing oil by replacing conventional cars with hydrogen vehicles, if and when they come to market. In the meantime, a small fleet of buses has been warming the population to the new technology.
This is a nice bus, but it's a bus.
Oh, it's just a bus. Oh yeah, no, there's nothing different about it except that it's a fuel cell bus, which is pretty interesting.
Yeah, but it sounds the same as a bus.
No smell though, you notice that?
No smell.
No
right?
smell, which is very nice, especially in the city.
There's a little smell, but I think it's you.
No, well, we're curious, when we go back to the station, can we see you refuel the bus?
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah. Is there a brick wall we can stand behind?
Like gasoline, hydrogen is volatile stuff. Remember the Hindenburg? That disaster almost ruined hydrogen's reputation for good. But at the world's first public hydrogen fueling station, it's stored safely in pressurized tanks. Let's hope so, anyway.
All right, wait a minute now.
Wait, I want to get a look at this.
Wait a minute.
Okay, go ahead. No, we're not afraid.
Really? No.
Look at the kitchen.
Pressurized hydrogen is pumped into storage tanks on the roof of the bus, where it's combined with oxygen in layers of thin membranes called fuel cells. Hydrogen atoms are broken apart, releasing electrons that flow through a circuit, providing electricity that propels the bus. The only emission is water vapor.
There's been a lot of progress in the technology, but hydrogen vehicles are not anywhere near ready for the market yet. They're too expensive, the fuel cells are not durable enough, and of course we have problems of how do you store sufficient amount of hydrogen on board the vehicle.
Iceland prides itself on helping to improve this technology by testing it every day.
You go to a small society like Iceland, where a lot of things are simpler than in a big society like the US or Europe. You can actually test things out here. That's actually how we think we can help the world.
While vehicles are tested in Reykjavik, the fueling infrastructure is being developed in the countryside. Hydrogen is the most abundant element in the universe, but it doesn't exist in pure form. It's made by splitting water molecules into oxygen and hydrogen, and that takes energy. Iceland gets this energy from water that flows from melting glaciers and from steam that rises from the ground.
Where are we? I don't know. We're not in Kansas anymore, I can tell you that. But there's steam coming up out of the ground. This is so weird. You look marvelous. This is something.
Iceland itself was created by volcanoes erupting from a crack between two plates on the Earth's surface. Power plants harness this geothermal energy to generate electricity that can be used to make hydrogen.
You know, why is Iceland engaged in this geothermal power project, so to speak?
Geothermal and hydro is Iceland's oil, actually.
Sure.
And, you know, Iceland is straddling two tectonic plates, the North American plate and the Eurasian plate. And gentlemen, we are just in the middle of the two plates.
Move over a couple of feet. You might be sitting in that spot.
There is enough renewable energy sources in Iceland to produce all the hydrogen this nation needs.
Someday, Iceland may harness volcanoes to power cars, but the transition to hydrogen could take 50 years.
A 50-year time frame is not a long time frame, actually. When you talk about a full energy paradigm shift in 50 years, that means a lot of changes for society.
New technology does not spring full-grown from the womb, and it's too soon to tell if and when hydrogen transportation will come of age. But Iceland's efforts may bring us closer to the answer.
They have vast amounts of renewable energy available to them in a very small population. There's no way today we can do what they're doing. But we will learn from their experience. And we're going to gain from this effort that they're making.
The future of hydrogen may be shaped here, but for automakers, its greatest potential lies in larger countries where transportation systems are not yet developed. In China, bicycles are vanishing quickly. Experts predict that in 2 decades, China will have the same number of cars as the US, and gas stations are racing to keep up.
In China, we don't have a gas station on every corner. And we're looking at opportunities for fuel cells and hydrogen infrastructure in economies such as China, where you're not taking over an entire infrastructure and trying to start all over again.